Awful Adam comedy. And, I've been watching a hell of a lot of Kill Tony lately on YouTube. It's truly a beautiful concept for a television show. You take people who are having a profound mental health crisis, give them exactly 60 seconds of hope, and then let an angry man in a cowboy hat destroy their remaining will to live. It's essentially Roman gladiator combat, but with fewer muscles and significantly more vape smoke. The premise of the show is that anyone can put their name in a bucket for a chance to do stand-up. Every week, hundreds of people sign up for this. I've always wondered what that thought process looks like at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday as you're sitting on your mattress, which doesn't have a frame, obviously, and think, my life is missing something. I think I need a billionaire podcaster and a panel of touring comedians to look me in the eyes and tell me my parents were right to abandon me. It's a very weird, specific kink. And the bucket choices are always a magnificent cross-section of humanity. It's never just a regular guy who works at a bank and has a few jokes about his wife. No, never. Tony draws a name and out walks a guy named Skeeter who lives in a broken-down school bus behind a Home Depot. Skeeter gets on stage, spends his precious 60 seconds explaining his elaborate theory about how birds aren't real. Then he looks completely shocked when the crowd doesn't give him a standing ovation. Then comes the interview portion, which is where the real psychological damage happens. Tony always starts with the most terrifyingly open-ended question in human history. So what do you do for a living? And literally you can see the panic in the comic's eyes. Because the honest answer is usually, well, Tony, I extract copper wire from abandoned construction sites and I sleep under an overpass. But they always try to dress it up. They say, I'm an independent logistics consultant. Sure you are, buddy. We can see your ankle monitor from here. And Tony just sits there intensely analyzing them like a disappointed father who also happens to look like an elegant silk-wearing vampire. He will pick up on the tiniest, most tragic detail of their existence. If a comic mentions they have a roommate, Tony will spend 10 minutes digging until he uncovers that the roommate is actually an 80-year-old landlord who pays them in soup. He extracts trauma like a dentist pulling teeth, except dentists usually give you laughing gas first. And then Tony just gives you a Red Bull and a harsh glare. Now let's talk about the band. The band is fucking great. They sit back there looking like a collection of background characters from a Mad Max movie who accidentally stumbled onto a jazz stage. Michael Gonzalez plays the drums with the intensity of a man that knows if he misses a beat, Tony might actually make him do a minute of stand-up as punishment. Then you have the regular comics, the chosen ones, the ones who survive the bucket and all get to perform every single week. They occupy a very strange tier of celebrity. They're famous enough that people recognize them at gas stations, but not wealthy enough to actually buy anything inside the gas station. They walk out on the stage with the confidence of George Carlin, deliver a joke about a specific type of hallucinogenic mushroom, and the crowd reacts like they just witnessed the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The best part of the show, though, is always when a famous guest comedian is on the panel. And you can see exactly the moment they realize what they signed up for. In the first 10 minutes, they're smiling, trying to be supportive. By minute 45, after watching a man in a neon green morph suit do a 3-minute interpretive dance about his divorce, the guest comedian is just staring blankly into the middle distance, totally wondering if their agent hates them to death. They look like they're trying to calculate how much money they would lose if they just walked out the back door and hopped an Uber to the airport. But despite all the sheer unadulterated cruelty of it all, I can't stop watching. Because deep down there's nothing more comforting than sitting on your couch eating a lukewarm Hot Pocket and watching someone else completely ruin their life on stage in Austin, Texas. It makes your own bad decisions feel downright academic. So here's to Kill Tony, the only place on earth where your dreams don't just die. They get a sound effect from a keyboard first. Thanks, everyone. Stay awful.